3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
Kwiss. So Elon, wow, you're obscenely rich with that grossly inflated sense of self that comes with money. Let's snatch up some of them opes, as in opinions.
Opinions are the only monogamous fruit. One bang for you.
Alright, well, you're a fan of media, or at least a fan of shouting about it on Twitter all the time, so why don't we start off with something light, like, tell me about your favorite comedy shows. That ought to be fun.
You know, SNL, I used to be a huge fan of SNL, but, you know, I still think they have some occasional good stuff, but it's just become, I think you've written some articles about this. You know, SNL had many, if not most of the SNL episodes are kind of a moral lecture on why we're bad human beings.
Oh, kind of thought pointing out humanity's failings was the whole point of comedy.
Right. Instead of comedy, and again, won't make fun of anything on the left, really. And then you realize that's like, wait a second, is the comedy getting at an essential truth, or trying to, or is there a propaganda element, or is it trying to push you in a particular direction, or getting to an essential truth that is humorous?
Well, both. If you're trying to point out an essential truth or otherwise on national TV, it's propaganda no matter what. Context is important, Elon, and the context of SNL, well, shady aside. Shady aside! Of course this basic bitch's favorite show is SNL.
End of.
Shady aside! But the context of SNL, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, wow, the context here for SNL is a nationally broadcast show. It is a mass medium, which means whatever else the content is doing, comedy, drama, or otherwise, it is spreading ideas to large numbers of people, which is pure propaganda. But I'm interested in this line of thought, if you don't mind the pursuit. What is your issue with the comedy scene if we're using SNL as our mainstream example?
You know, like we should like wokeness basically wants to make comedy illegal.
I mean, only if you think that comedy equals hate.
I mean, Chappelle, like what? Try to shut down Chappelle? Come on, man, that's crazy.
Oh, but it's okay for him to shut down trans people that just want to be able to walk home safely.
You know, so do we want a humorless society that is simply rife with condemnation and hate, basically?
Well, no. That's why we know no lackey when a politician or a celebrity spouts hate about a woman or a non-white or a queer person or all of the above. So this is grueling, and I'm worried that I'm about to pop. So let's wrap up this interview here that has been totally sucked up by this super fun topic. As they say in poker, let's cross the finish line here, Diane.
I've lost my marbles.
So for all your talk of wokeness, can you tell me what it is?
At its heart, wokeness is divisive, exclusionary, and hateful. It basically gives mean people a reason. It gives them a shield to be mean and cruel, armored in false virtue.
So let me make sure I understand. Wokeness, according to you, is virtue signaling.
Yeah.
So according to that definition, You're saying that, for example, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, who is trying to, and in some cases successfully making it illegal for women and queer people to have bodily autonomy, a divisive and cruel thing to be doing, you're saying that what he's doing is woke. Or Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, he's signing a law that makes it illegal for queer children to talk with adults about queerness or queer history. That sounds pretty cruel to me. Oh, well, okay. I did not expect you to be on the side of women and queer communities. But if you really agree with what I just said here about Republican governors being cruel and divisive, you may want to stop using the word woke the way you have been. You might have your right and your left mixed up. Wow. Well, hey, if you kicked back and loved this video, watch my Kris Jenner video. It's a great interview. Subscribe, I guess, if you wanna. And if you like podcasts that get all political and then talk about really bad TV, I host a podcast with a friend of mine called It Is Nigh, and you can listen to it anywhere. Alright. Click something. Jesus Christ.